So I've been anxiously and excitedly waiting to share this with you guys. I have an Instagram post right here that I shared about getting my compression socks, and I was super excited. And so now you know. So this video is a collaboration with Aimee Esther. So I would recommend, before watching my video, heading over to watch her video because she will go in depth about the symptoms. We'll see you in a minute. Postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, or POTS, is the most common form of dysautonomia. It affects between 1 million to 3 million Americans and millions more around the world. So POTS is actually very easy to diagnose. The criteria is a heart rate increase of 30 beats per minute or more, or over 120 beats per minute within the first 10 minutes of standing up. The most common symptoms of POTS are fatigue, headaches, lightheadedness, heart palpitations, exercise intolerance, nausea, brain fog, shaking or jitteriness, fainting, coldness, numbness, or pain in the extremities, chest pain, shortness of breath, or blood pooling, and poor circulation. So if we take a look over here, I have notes back from 2013 and 2015 of when I was going to the doctor and I was keeping, a checklist of all my different symptoms so I'd be sure to remember all of them. And they did all sorts of tests, and I came back healthy. My one doctor that I saw, he did say, well, it sounds like you could be pregnant, but you are not testing positive. At the back of my mind, I'm like, well, I must be pregnant because there are people who can be pregnant and never test positive. So I went over 1.5 years thinking, for 1.5 years, I thought that I was pregnant. Well, I'll just show you. Let's take a look at one of my old Doppler videos, and this is why I thought I was pregnant. So you can hear why I thought I was pregnant. I was picking up a heart rate that was between 130 to 160 beats per minute, and this clip was about 3 minutes long. And I went months, and I kept looking for this heartbeat, and I kept finding what I thought was baby. So if you're one of the first followers to subscribe to my channel, you'll know what I'm talking about. I started this channel originally to document that journey, thinking that I was cryptically pregnant and just vlogging and sharing my experience. So I got this weight lifted off my shoulders now to finally understand what I've been going through, to have some clear answers and direction on trying to feel better. At the same time, knowing what's wrong with me means I can know how to feel better, or at least try to have a better quality of life. That is a process. That is a lot of work, whereas before I would always just feel sick and not know why, and just slowly maybe start to feel better, because naturally I was so exhausted and so weak and lethargic and shaky that I would just sit around all the time. And I know that rest is the #1 thing that can help you feel better when you've had a flare-up. Anyone can get POTS, but it's most common. 80% of people who have POTS are women ages 15 to 50. So I'm going to stick in here a list of causes of POTS. What I think happened with me was when I got my tubes tied after my youngest was born in 2012. Shortly after that, my quality of life started to decline so rapidly. And then a year later is when I started to really collect and organize my thoughts and realize all the various symptoms that I was experiencing. So POTS affects individuals differently, therefore treatments can vary. But the most common treatments for POTS are increase your fluid intake to 2 to 3 liters a day, increase your salt consumption to 3,000 to 10,000 milligrams per day, wear compression socks, implement reclined exercises such as rowing, bicycling, and swimming, start a healthy diet and avoid triggers. Some people, when they have sugar or carbs or dairy, it can make their POTS flare up and make things worse, but you have to kind of figure that out for yourself. For me, I think definitely too much sugar definitely makes me feel worse. Start a habit of going to bed earlier and waking up earlier. If you can make sure you get enough hours of sleep at night, that can make a huge difference. Something that I've also implemented at night to help me sleep better, because I have insomnia really bad, is my husband surprised me with a weighted blanket. This helps with insomnia as well as tachycardia during the night. I get like very vivid dreams and my heart just pounds and I wake up sweaty and it is not fun. So that is something I also implement to help with my insomnia. So I'm still learning every day about POTS and the different symptoms that encompass everything, and it is a lot. But I started my journey when I found Aimee Esther's channel. I was just watching her videos and I was like, oh my goodness, this sounds like me. So we're not here to diagnose anybody, but we're here to spread awareness. And if you think it sounds like you, go over and check out her videos. She has a lot of videos about how to manage her POTS and tips and tricks and things that she's discovered that help, because she's been on this journey a lot longer than I have. So go check her out and tell her that I sent you her way. Thanks so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys! POTS, it's just an umbrella, and underneath you have all these other symptoms. Tell her I sent you to her, and you can see why I thought I was pregnant. That clip. So who can get POTS? Anyone. But the most common, it is most common in women. About 80% of people who have POTS are women, ages 5. Oh my gosh. I have since learned some cut that out. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to click here to follow our journey and click here to watch our last video. We'll see you next time.